Hello, guys, and welcome to the 180th, I believe, episode of the Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. Last episode, we managed to get our Lonely Explorer title, and we also did the beginning of a little scholar run into Palace of the Dead. I want to do at least another 10 floors of this today. Maybe something else. I don't think I'm going to do more than 10 floors, though. Okay, Pomander Site. We'll use that. Summon Eos. Okay, now let's switch my keyboard back to English. There you go. Okay. And we'll Pomander of Affluence. See if we can... There we go. Now. How you doing, everybody? This is where we die. So the huge pulls only really work in the lower floors. Good to know. Well then, let's reset this one. It's no longer useful to us. And let's see. What do I have available to me? I think I want to continue with Scholar for a moment. But let's try out floor 51. Okay, I thought we could jump into floor 101. Apparently not. Let's see how well this does at level 60 with Royo. Make sure we are not missing any other spells. Indomitability. Let's see, where do we put that? Our Scholar bar. Okay. So we'll put Deployment Tactics on Q. Indomitability on E. This extends Galvanize effect cast on self or target party member to either nearby. Okay, doesn't really help here. Through his own HP. Okay. So that's an AoE heal. Then we have Emergency Tactics. Goes on Q, transforms next Galvanize and Catalyze status into HP recovery equaling that. Interesting. And Dissipate. We can put here. Which orders your fairy away while granting you full ether flow stacks. Also increases healing potency by 20%. Current fairy will return once it expires. Summon Eos cannot be executed. Very interesting. Okay. Pomander of Steel. Summon Eos in. holds 2 enemies. Pulling 3. Put a galvanize on myself. Go around the corner. Pull them in. With that, I think we're at a good place to stop now as we kind of understand how it feels to play Scholar in that. Let's reset progress here. And let's appraise this piece of board. Wonderful. Use that. Oh, we already made these. Okay, well then let's desynth those. Okay. Now let's finish leveling white. Where art thou, brother? This is our level 40 quest. Let's also... let's wait on that, I guess. Nice, that gives us Cure 3, okay.
Oh, Kaori, I owe you an apology. When last we spoke, I promised that I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you, but I fear he intently refuses to heed my words. Why, the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarcely believe we are kin. So intent is he to prove that you are unneeded that he dashed into the forest all alone, boasting that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his power. There's a part of me that would like nothing more than to see the foolish boy learn his lesson, and yet, as his sister, I fear for him. Would you go look after him, Ikari? Seetsier or no, he is in many ways still a child. And the forest grows ever more unsafe these days. I thought to go myself, but if you were to save my brother from his own recklessness, mayhap he might finally see how fatuous he has been. When last I spoke with him, he announced his intentions to begin his efforts in the bramble patch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now please go in haste, before some ill fate befalls him.
Bramble patch is over here. Feels weird not being in the House of the Dead anymore. We had a lot of fun there. I do want to get the Necromancer achievement at some point, though. That sounds fun. But having lost 100 floors of progress just for exiting out because I Just wanted to get the achievement. It's a little demotivating. I'll have to come back to that at some point. On the bright side, now I don't have to do it 2 times every time. Didn't mean to do that. It's fine, though. Now that got us our thing there. Now let's see. Healer's up, okay.
If it isn't my sister's favorite adventurer, come show me up, have you? Well, you can march right back and tell my sister that I'm doing just fine. I'm resting. Even if I were hurt and unable to placate this tree, what could a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it?
Go.
Beginner's luck. If you think healing a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are worthy inheritor of the teachings of Master Otoa, Arun, you yourself do not believe those words. Sister, what are you doing here? Seeing to my pig-headed brother's safety, what do you think I'm doing? For better or for worse, it would appear you suffer only bruises to your leg and pride. Arun, for all your obstinacy, I would know that deep down you are no fool. Now you are wise beyond your years. You realize, as well as I, the dire fate that will befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The adventurer is not Pajali, this is true, but what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer. You know this.
I feel like it's not gonna pop in time. I do, sister. There. We will finish that cutscene momentarily. Oh my god, I don't even have my regen? Bruh. some. Focus target. Okay, examine him. He's wearing decent gear. Everything definitely didn't intend to. Everything is perfectly under control. Oh yeah, I should, there we go. Yeah, he's definitely a sprout. Yeah, there he goes. Mitigation right for the boss. Trash holes. Alright. For a second I saw that and was like, yeah, wait, no, my armor's already all fully upgraded, so that's not useful to me. There we go, we got a metagame. Good for me. go, Hellbender. Fuck him up. Focus him. Thank you for party. Read on both. Cavalry sabatons. Let's deselect them. Descend these. Descend these. And descend those. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at that. We got a commendation. Good for us. And we got the level 45. Hell yeah.
Oh, my dear Arun, what are sisters for if not to forgive their little brothers' fits of folly? Now, Kulri, I believe the most important task of all still awaits us. Let us return to Camp Tranquil.
Wow, it was 2 dialogue boxes away. Holy. That is sad. And we're ready for our next one as well. We nearly made 2 million. Oh yeah.
Oh, Kulri, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time before Arun came around to reason, and yet his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is as good a day as any for the telling. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago, in the 5th astral era. It was the time of the endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce and warmth scarcer. The histories hold many grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the winter thawed, and magic was no longer essential for survival, but once awakened to its conveniences, there was no returning to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt, and the nations warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power, so to rain the destruction down upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of sorcery the world had seen. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destruction power in check. That is white magic, our magic. Does this surprise you? Just as there can be no dawn without the night, the white and black are both 2 sides of the same coin. War raged on, and magic was used and abused with little concern for the consequences, and consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of ether, threatening to bring blight to the land. The magic of healing? It made little difference. If used with no concern for the ether, our magic could prove as ruinous to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. And so it was that the practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception, the Pajal. Our kind were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while ensuring that the great power would never again be misused. Though he is still young, Arun feels this profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us. Thus his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. With the 3 of us united in place and purpose, and your skills ever growing, the day that we may perform the quieting draws nearer. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but our time remains short. To commune with the Great One and restore the 12th mode to its former state of harmony, we must truly be one of heart, one of mind. It is to this end that Atoa Kant has guided you to us. further your mastery of our art, Colry, and let us mend the wounds of the woods together. Sweet. Nice. Now we do have the next one available, but I would like to try something else before we continue. Let's head to Quarry Mill. I hope you guys are enjoying the Pals of the Dead as much as I am, because genuinely, I'm having a lot of fun. I usually enjoy roguelikes that much, so it's quite incredible to me. Now, let's see, where was the... Here it is. Somehow got lost there. So, now, let's switch to Warrior. You know what? I want to level up Warrior because it's level 50, but I really do prefer playing Paladin. So let's run in with Paladin save. Paladin save. There we go. Calendar. Not sure what that was. 4-1. Cutscene. See how far we can make it. Second part of our combo. Another Pomander Steel. Pomander Fortune, hell yeah. And now we wait, and we slowly kill it with auto attacks. On the bright side, we can auto attack. I'll take it. Damage is damage. We really should reduce our ether pool just so we can get it back while leveling here. I am loving the weapon though. Very cool looking. And we got
Okay. Let's see. No Commander Fortune. Let's wait till we can use that well. Okay, let's also grab one of these. Put it on a hotbar. There we go. Very much looking forward to gaining access to Shield Blob. I think it's level 9? 15. Oh. That's so long. Light. Here we go. Wonderful. Head back. When do we get this one? 38. This one's 35. That's 52. Okay. With a sustaining potion, I basically have a healer, so. Sight. Can't quite go to floor 5 yet, unfortunately. I can't aggro from a distance. Sight. Hey, there we go. We got Shield Bash. That's good. We got a stun now. And we have Iron Will. Doesn't do absolutely anything for us right now, but it is there. And that's what matters. Another Commandeur Sight. Damn, there's a lot of Commandeurs at Sight. That's annoying. Okay, let's aggro you. Thankfully, you don't drop aggro in this, as far as I remember. close. Commander of Intuition, and we'll drop down. Commander sight activated. As long as that, yeah. Bring it. The sooner I can get to 15, the better. Okay, we got our dung beetle. And we got our guys here. Okay. Yeah, kill this bird. You're dead. And where's the other one? Oh, here. Nice. Commodore of Affluence, and we got ourselves to 16 with that huge pull, which is that nice, because now we have shield block to increase enmity. Floor 7. Another Affluence. We'll use a Commodore sight, why not? Blast him. There we go, that gets us up to 17. Yeah, I can see why tanks are so recommended for this. Like, they don't do the biggest damage, but you can take a hit so much better than DPS. So for a lot longer, you can pull multiple groups. Granted, over here I was able to pull multiple groups as the healer, but still. This is doing all of this without even a Commodore of Strength. Activated. An eye out for hornets, but as a whole, we're doing fine. Okay. Here, let's target him and auto attack you. Let's focus target. Click on the Yarzan. Okay, activating final sting, so let's get the fuck out of here. Alright, here we go. Okay, we can stop focusing target. Just go away on its own, yeah. Ooh, haste, nice. You guys, and here we're on the final floor, so might as well see what we're working with friends on it. Rehabilitation. There we go. Commander of safety. Wonderful. And go fuck up the boss. I do love me some power. Warrior's okay. I don't know. I feel like it was more interesting when it had a Conal. Okay. Let's pop a strength. And fuck him up. Super complicated. Hell yeah. And we got level 22. Yeah, look at that. Big XP to our paladin as well. Yeah, and that was fun. It was quite different, so that was nice. Goring Blade delivers an attack of 700 potency. Woo, boy. That is huge. Wait a minute. Paladin. Here we go. Goring Blade, where does that go? See, I'm not sure. Is it an upgrade one? Nah, I don't know. We'll see. Ah, that's what that is. Alright, so that's not placed anywhere. Clemency, though, that one is going to be placed. We'll put that down here. Divine Veil. Is that upgraded to something? Oh, here we go. This one's going to go on R. Oh, no, that's my sustaining potion spot. Okay. And then that'll be all of my up to 61, so I have that on the bar. And with that, I think we'll end today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.